Coming up on Mountain News this morning, hundreds of kids across our region won't go without Christmas gifts this year thanks to a nonprofit organization. And one woman's love for the mountains continues to spread cheer this holiday season, even though she's gone.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Well, good morning, y'all. 6:32 here on this Thursday morning. It's almost Friday, so we're really just working for that Friday. We are looking forward to it. I know Brandon Robinson is certainly looking forward to Friday. Hey, Brandon, good morning to you.
I'm looking forward to sunshine, man. Good morning to you too, Dakota.
I know.
It's just, it's this time. And here's the thing. It's not only this time of the year. It could be the summertime.
Yeah.
It could be the springtime, fall. When you get a stretch of overcast and dreary days, just endless.
Well, I think the good thing is Mountain News this morning, we're not dreary.
That's
exactly
right.
we're bringing the sunlight.
And we're trying.
We're trying.
We're trying. It's a hard job this morning because
is.
we go to live pinpoint Doppler radar. Some folks are already seeing rain right now, especially out west of I-75. So hang in there. I know it's depressing, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it together, and hopefully we'll see some sunshine as we head deeper into the latter parts of the weekend, early next week. London. Fog is another issue. If you're not seeing the rain, you're seeing the fog this morning. Visibility is awful across the region. Everybody, except for the couple of northern counties below that 5-mile threshold. Many in the single digits there, close to zero. So just be aware of that. Temperatures, 56 in Harlan, 48 Moorhead. Again, a lot of low to mid-50s out there across most of the region, a little cooler up to the north. Across the rest of the region there, 42 Indianapolis and Columbus, 43 Pittsburgh, 45 Washington, D.C. But it's a heat wave in Myrtle Beach, 66 down that way this morning, 63 in Atlanta and Huntsville. But again, we're kind of in that battleground between those two fronts. We'll show you those again a little bit later on. If you missed it, you can go back and watch the 5 o'clock weathercast online at WYMT.com. But this morning, again, I think we're going to see the rain pick up a little faster than expected. But regardless, we'll be close to 52 for temperatures throughout the morning. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Well, a crash in Knott County left one man dead Wednesday morning. Knott County Coroner Corey Watson tells us the crash happened on Yellow Creek Road. 52-year-old Ben McCool was pronounced dead at the scene. His body was taken to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for an autopsy. The cause of the crash has not yet been confirmed. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. Department of Justice officials say Pikeville Medical Center has agreed to pay nearly $4.4 million because of reported violations to a record-keeping provision. The violations reportedly resulted in opioids being removed from the pharmacy. Settlement documents state the pharmacy did not keep accurate records of its inventory and distribution of controlled substances. As a result, officials say a PMC pharmacy tech was able to divert more than 60,000 doses of oxycodone, hydrocodone, and methadone from PMC's narcotics vault and med stations. The incidents reportedly happened from January 2016 to September 2018. The DOJ reports the drugs were distributed in the community by the pharmacy tech's husband. Both the pharmacy technician and her husband, reportedly involved in the case, pleaded guilty to conspiracy to distribute Schedule II controlled substances charges. And Pikeville Medical Center officials released a statement saying in September 2018, leadership identified the diversion of narcotic medications by a member of its staff and contacted the appropriate authorities. We were able to speak with PMC's president and CEO on the phone about the settlement. This is what he had to say.
The employee that was involved in this, again, that had big involved in doing this for the 2-year period, was immediately terminated. When we look again at patient safety and the care of our patients being our top priority, I can also confirm that no patients were ever deprived of any medication or were ever harmed by any of the results of the staff member's action, by this particular staff member's action.
The settlement is the third largest civil penalty ever obtained from a hospital system under the Controlled Substances Act. Well, rain yesterday morning caused headaches for drivers in our region. The Mount Vernon Fire Department reported multiple crashes on I-75 in Rockcastle County due to slick roads. We talked with an official with Kentucky's Transportation Cabinet about what drivers should look out for when we continue to see the rain. A soggy Wednesday morning causing concerns for the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet.
You have the possibility of mudslides, rock slides, potholes developing, pavement breaks.
Speaking of pavement breaks, this is video of a road in Sassafras. H.B. Elkins with the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet says the state is still fixing breaks from July's flooding, and each county has a different process for how they fix breaks.
If we get an extended period of rain, that can exacerbate existing breaks and maybe cause some new ones.
Another problem drivers can run into: high water on roads, causing drivers to take it easy in those spots. KYTC reminds drivers not to drive through flooded areas.
The best tip that we can provide is to just slow down. Rain also reduces visibility. So especially if you have an older vehicle that doesn't have the daytime running lights, turn your lights on.
And if you are familiar with a road, just take it easy. Water on the road changes how fast you can stop.
Don't make any sudden movements, no sudden acceleration, no sudden braking.
Give yourself plenty of time on the road. Dakota Makeris, WYMT Mountain News. Well, if you run across a pothole, you can report it on the Transportation Cabinet's website. If you happen upon an emergency like a rock slide, you're asked to call your local Transportation Cabinet office to get that cleaned up. Well, hundreds of children from southeastern Kentucky, northeast Tennessee, and southwest Virginia were impacted by one charitable organization this holiday season. Each year, the nonprofit ROHO uses funds from its annual fishing tournament to help underprivileged kids receive Christmas gifts for several days. Volunteers help more than 300 kids shop at Middlesboro Walmart for clothes, shoes, and toys.
I think we stick together. We help each other. And whether it's Southeast Kentucky, Northeast Tennessee, into Virginia, you know, we realize that there's a need, and we're able to help fill that need. And it just is special seeing it all come together.
The organization began doing this in 1965, and it has grown to provide up to $85,000 for children to shop with. And Kentucky's first family was out ringing the bell for the Salvation Army on Wednesday. The governor, the first lady, and their dog Winnie were at the Kroger in Frankfort yesterday morning. Well, they supported the Salvation Army's Red Kettle campaign. Governor Andy Beshear says it's important to give all the time, but especially this year with climbing inflation.
This Christmas, with food prices up, with inflation that while temporary is still tough, this is the year where that extra dollar that you give may help a family have Christmas closer to what they're used to.
The Red Kettle campaign does not just help families around Christmas, it helps people year-round. Well, Christmas on the Creek is on the calendar as staff at the Eula Hall Health Center prepare to celebrate the season. The annual tradition began around 30 years ago when Eula Hall was burdened to find ways to give back to her people during the holidays. Well, she died last year after clinic workers said goodbye to Robin Holbrook, who died in 2019, both devoted to the cause. This year, workers want it to be bigger and better in their honor, with the clinic full of gifts to give the kids in the community.
The support we have gotten is overwhelming, and I feel the emotion is always overwhelming anyway. It's with such loss between Robin and Eula. I always feel closer to them at Christmas time, so it's always magical for me and for all of us.
The event kicks off Friday at 3 p.m., inviting all families in the community to celebrate Christmas on the Creek.
Coming up on 641, we are tracking rain here on the satellite and radar. It's approaching I-75, and it's only going to move further east as we go deeper into the morning. So if you were one of the folks, most of the area fortunate enough to get out the door to the bus stop without the rain gear, take it with you. You're going to need it later today because all this is still on the way, all the way from western Kentucky into eastern Kentucky. So be ready for that. Just heavy pockets of rain, no storms. Maybe a rumble of thunder, but no storms out there expected today, just heavy pockets of rain. Temperatures back up to 57 there in Harlan, still 48 in Moorhead, 51 Jackson, down to 50 Pikeville and Prestonsburg, so that's a little bit of a change there this morning, 54 Somerset, Williamsburg, Jonesville, 54 also in Manchester, 51 in Clintwood, 50 in Logan, and again 48 in Moorhead, one of our cool spots. Out the door forecast, we're going to see those rain chances increase as we head deeper in the morning and deeper in the day. Temperatures will top out right around 55 this afternoon. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. It is almost 6:42 now. Well, still to come here on Mountain News this morning. The Biden administration launches a campaign to get people across the nation to get their booster shots to fight off COVID-19. That's coming up next.
Travel